Warfare slash Full Stop is another one with two names. For the same reasons that some of the others were, renamed or had dual names that they got known by after a while. The original name of this track was Full Stop. And once again, that is because there was a video that this track was originally written for in the game, where I believe it was all of the GDI tanks that are racing along in the desert, and then they're firing off stuff, and then they come to a stop. So hence the temp name of the video was Full Stop. Therefore, I named this song Full Stop. And once again, it was another track where, even though it was done for a short video, it had potential to be a full-length song. So I made it that, and it was definitely inspired by Vince DiCola. Definitely inspired by the Transformers the movie 1986 soundtrack. I was a huge fan of that, and in my early days of my career there, it was Command & Conquer was a perfect game to bring a bit of that influence into, combining rock with synth and having a nice driving tune that I felt really good about, and especially the kind of arpeggiated keyboard parts and those chordal progressions I was using. That was kind of my first homage to Mr. Vince DiCola. So again, not quite nailing what he would do, but definitely inspired by that. And you can hear that if you're familiar with the Transformers the movie soundtrack, which is a brilliant piece of work. Anyhow, that had a lot of guitar in it, and I was using the same guitar rig that I had at the time, which was a Gibson SG and a Gorilla amp. And of course, because this song is guitar driven, as much as it has the keys, has the dynamic between both of them. One thing that I remembered having to figure out pretty early on, and this was probably one of the songs that was responsible for me going this route in my workflow for Command & Conquer. Every time that I created a song, I would submit it for approval. And if it got approved, great. Or I would get asked to make some adjustments, like maybe adjustments to the mix, or maybe, edit out a part, or, do some songs without voice samples in them, or make a shorter edit of the song for, a video or a trailer that they were working on. Because of that, I said, this is such a pain, because I was recording everything on 24-track machines, and then I would have to go back and redo the whole thing again and remix it again. And I was just like, oh, this is a pain. This is taking so much extra time. How can I improve this workflow? So I came up with the idea of using the sampler as a way to record phrases of what I was playing on guitar, live, and have those sections be basically pre-recorded, preset to tempo, and then I would just trigger them with one of the keys on the keyboard. So now it's part of the sequencer in Cubase. The Cubase is now triggering what I want on the guitar riffs on this track, on this sampler track. This is before the days of Pro Tools and all of that. Pro Tools was very new at that time, and I wasn't on board with it yet because I needed something with powerful MIDI, and Cubase was, in my mind, the best MIDI sequencer on the market at the time. So that's what really what got me into that, and I was like, I have to have this great MIDI program. I can't go into Pro Tools was primarily for audio at the time. And so I wasn't ready to make that dive, and instead of using ADAT machines, which I was using before, which are 8-track digital tape machines, and you just sync 3 of them together and record 24 tracks, I said, you know what, I'm not going to use that at all. Instead, what I'm going to do is sample everything that needs to be played live, trigger it with the sequencer, play it all back in real time through the mixer, and then just set my mix settings and record straight to 2-track DAT tapes. That became my workflow for the longest time after. Applied that to just about everything up until digital audio finally was coming around. But it was a fun experiment and problem solving that I had to accomplish with that. So anyhow, this song was renamed Warfare when it was put into the game. Again, I don't think I chose that name. I believe my audio director did, but it's a better name, honestly. Again, Full Stop was basically the temp name that went with the temp video that I originally started the song with and then evolved it into something else. So much like Mechanical Man, Target/Mechanical Man, kind of the same type of thing. It started off as music for one of the CNC videos that became a full-length song to be played in the game.